Hi, this is Trailers from Hell. I'm Karyn Kusama, and I'm introducing the 1975 film Smile by the late Michael Richie. Smile is probably another one of those movies that I just constantly have to think of as a formative and important experience for me. I first saw this movie also in my early 20s, and to me, Michael Richie is one of the unsung heroes of American filmmaking. He made Downhill Racer, Prime Cut, The Candidate, Bad News Bears, Semi-Tough, Fletch. He even had an uncredited stint on Student Bodies, which is a personal favorite of mine. I feel like this film, though, exemplifies something about Michael Richie's style. The film explores the Santa Rosa, California beauty pageant. It follows a number of young women as they attempt to gain the crown. And it's got a very unforced humor and yet a sort of theatrical performance style from people like Barbara Feldon and Bruce Dern that's matched then by the girls themselves. Joan Prather, a young Annette O'Toole, a young Melanie Griffith, a Colleen. And they're all such wonderful actors in this story about girls trying to distinguish themselves in some way. And so much of the way they have to distinguish themselves is by being exactly like the last girl who walked in through the door. And so this passage here, for instance, that we just saw, involved a lot of girls saying how their mission in life is to help people. And I found that that was very powerful then. It's very powerful now, this expectation that girls have to just simply be useful and pretty in society. Useful to others, of course. But what I love about this movie is that it has a sort of sly feminist sympathy. It's not nailing anything on the head. It's shot by Conrad Hall, and it feels very kind of unforced in its beauty. And there's a gentleness to its approach to the characters that even though it's social satire, I feel like Michael Richie really loves these characters and has an affection for these girls. And there's something about that I think is really instructive for me as a young filmmaker to understand that it's important. You can have opinions about your characters, but you should always like something about them or find something to understand in them and sympathize with. There's just something very moving in this movie, even though it's playing as a kind of light social comedy. It's got something very, very powerful going on. It's got a lot of soul. And I feel like this is a kind of movie that we can't see right now. It almost feels impossible to make a movie that plays partly like comedy, partly like drama, but just plays sort of straight and unforced in an intelligent way. I really love this movie.